Hello, I'm Dr. Box, and welcome to another edition of Inside the Box Video Magazine, packaging news from around the world. First, I would like to thank everyone who watched last week's edition. We had about 1,000 people watch last week's video. I hope you all enjoyed it and continue to stay on top of the packaging news the Dr. Box way. The big trend is that everything nowadays is going green. Even my suit is going green. Wasn't it blue a minute ago? Well, anyway, thank you for watching, and now for the news.
Real quick, before we get hard and heavy into the news, one of my companies, Packaging Recruiters, is conducting a search for a production manager and a sales manager in the Southern California area. The sales manager position must have recent experience in the Southern California market. I'm also doing a search for a corrugator supervisor for a super plant in the north central United States. The ideal candidate must have BHS corrugator experience and have experience working in a high volume plant. A high volume sheet feeder background would be even better. We're also looking for a quality manager candidate. I'm offering a $1,000 reward if you refer a candidate to me that gets hired for one of these positions. Email me for full details. If you know anyone that may be qualified for any of these jobs, please contact me or send a resume to drbox@live.com. That's DRBOX at LIV as in Victor, E as in Edward.com for consideration for one of these great positions. Now the news. According to the Memphis Business Journal, International Paper is shutting down 4 United States box plants in the next 2 months as a result of the $4.4 billion acquisition of Temple Inland. This is not at all unexpected. Temple Inland had already planned on shutting down more box plants prior to the merger, and with the merger of 2 of the top 3 paperboard packaging powers, there is a lot of redundant capacity. It doesn't make sense to have several plants in the same market all working 2 shifts. You have double the building and machinery costs and significantly more supervisory and management costs. International Paper paid more than they had planned for Temple Inland, but Temple Inland was a well-run, profitable company, and with improvements in efficiency by consolidating capacity, I feel it'll be an excellent acquisition for International Paper. IP stated they expect 12 to 14 closures as they remove redundant capacity and realign. The Rock-Tenn Smurfit Stone merger may be a different animal altogether. When Smurfit bought Stone, they were very solid financially, but Stone was way overextended and in debt. That debt did tremendous damage to the merged Smurfit Stone, so I was not surprised when Smurfit Group divested the Smurfit Stone shortly thereafter. Rock-Tenn is also a very solid and well-run company, but it will be a big challenge for them to try to handle the debt of a much larger struggling company. I would expect some closures there as well before all of the dust settles. I personally would be afraid of a Smurf with a stone, even though I really enjoyed working for Smurfit Stone. RISI just acquired Official Board Markets, OBM, sometimes referred to as the Yellow Sheet. Paperboard Packaging Quarterly Magazine as well was acquired in the acquisition from Questex Media on May 1st. RISI is a top provider of information services for the forest products and pulp and paper industries. RISI had expressed to me in 2010, when they asked me to speak at their International Containerboard Conference, that they had an interest in getting more involved in the converting end of the business. This solid acquisition will help them in that direction, as well as buying a lower price competitor for paper pricing information. Since Pulp and Paper and OBM were both top sources of paper pricing, there is redundancy there now. I would not be surprised in the near future if pricing is removed from Official Board Markets, as it remains a news publication without the pricing. If this happens, RISI claims that they'll give subscribers at least a 60-day notice. In addition to these acquisitions, RISI also acquired the procurement benchmarking service BenchSmart and forecast service Foresight of Moore & Associates, a consulting firm for recovered paper markets and pricing. This is an aggressive growth strategy between these 2 acquisitions that I feel will help strengthen RISI's already powerful portfolio. RISI also released an iPhone app for its Pulp and Paper International publication. Schwartz Partners are planning to open a sheet feeder plant in Kansas City in June. Now, a sheet feeder plant isn't a giant plant that you feed sheets to. A sheet feeder plant, for those of you that don't know, has a corrugator but no converting equipment. The goal of most sheet feeders is to sell sheets to sheet plants, which are plants that have converting equipment but no corrugator. The Institute of Packaging Professionals announced the winners of its Ameristar Awards for 2012. Ameristar is a packaging design competition with many different categories. You can see the winners listed on their website. On May 1st, according to Globe Newswire, Mercer International Incorporated announced it had served a request for arbitration on the Government of Canada for breaches of its obligations under the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. Mercer feels its Selgar Mill, which is British Columbia's largest, most modern mill, has been placed at a significant competitive disadvantage as a result of discriminatory treatment by BC Hydro and uneven application of British Columbia energy policy. Jimmy Lee, president and CEO, said the mill's ability to sell and purchase energy is severely and unfairly restricted. As of May 3rd, the Drupa Show in Dusseldorf, Germany is officially underway. It is heralded as the largest printing and converting show in the world. Please send the link to this video to all of your packaging people in your network so we can all help keep the packaging world up to date. I just finished a 41-day project improving the box and produce sectors of the country of Georgia. I established processes, plans, and implemented technology that they had never used before in order to penetrate markets that had been unavailable for them in the past. The sales at the 4 plants that I assisted should double within the next 18 to 24 months, and possibly more after that. I was featured last week on the daily business news show Business Courier on Friday in the country of Georgia for the improvements I made in the packaging and agricultural sectors of the country of Georgia. If anyone has any interest in possibly investing capital to help 2 of the plants consolidate and prepare for additional growth, please let me know. The owners have expressed an interest in having outside investment, and I can let you know more about their project. Here is what David Charkviani had to say about the project.
As well as run the developed processes to improve plant safety, quality, productivity, and waste. We at the Economic Prosperity Initiative are very happy we were able to find Dr. Box. We are excited for the future of the packaging and produce sectors of the Georgian economy because of his excellent work. Some people around the office were even joking that Randy is the David Copperfield of packaging because of all of the magic he has brought to packaging industry of Georgia.
If anyone has any used bursting strength testers or edge crush testers or coating equipment for applying barrier coatings at the corrugator, I have interested buyers for this equipment. On the recruiting side, we also have several general manager, regional manager level candidates available if you happen to need one. I have some available time to take on additional consulting projects starting at the end of May after being booked solid all year so far. I'm currently lining up sponsors also for my Inside the Box video magazine, which you're currently watching, and I'm already in negotiations with some prospects. If you would like to sponsor one or more of my video magazines, please contact me at drbox@live.com or call me at 775-443-5529 in the United States. Thank you, and let's all get back inside the box.